This meeting is being recorded.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary folk, and of course, Tony and Marto. Because we don't know where they fit in. Are they ladies? Are they gentlemen? Are they non-binary? You know what they are?
Well,
They're 1 in a million each. So, Tone,
oh, thank you.
we'll go to you first because I can see Marto's on the edge of the seat, so we'll hold him back like a good stallion. Talk to me, Tone. How are you travelling?
Yeah, well, I'm not real good at the moment. I sound a bit croaky, probably. I don't know. It's a battle when you teach English without a voice. You know, the kids they roll over the top of you. You know, yeah. So yeah, I just sound bad. I'm all right. It's just feels like tonsillitis, but it isn't.
Is it a little bit of a deep throat you've got? I mean, a deep voice throat you've got. Is that what you're telling me? Yeah?
A deep voice there. Yes, deep voice, Taz. Yes.
It does.
Absolutely.
Those baritone, dulcet tones just got a little bit more sexy, Tone.
Now, talking about sexy, someone who's too sexy for himself, of course. There he is, holding him back like a stallion ready to go.
Oh, yes.
Marto, talk to us. How are you, mate?
Hello, boys. Hello, Palti Army. How we doing? We've made it through Gay Pride Month. Now it's straight year.
Was it Gay Pride Month? Was it serious?
The whole month was dedicated to Gay Pride. Yes, as if they haven't got enough already.
Well, hang on. Let's keep it a bit PC. But
you got to be a little bit controversial. It starts conversations.
So, did you have a happy month? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm still on my own. The missus still hasn't come back from a little holiday to China. So, yeah, that's why I'm a little bit grumpy and up in arms at the world at the moment. So I want my turn again, you know.
Can I ask you something, Marto? Because your wife's away. How's your vision?
My vision is fine. You know what the similarity between a forklift and a woman is?
No.
If you haven't got one, you've got to offload by hand.
Well, that's why, and that's exactly why I asked you how your vision is, because they say that you make you blind.
Yes. My vision's fine. Thank you very much.
Now, how good was last weekend? I bet maybe not all of them that great, but how good was it getting the quad? Hey?
Oh, the quaddie. Great stuff. $18 into $200. That's a nice return for anyone.
Absolutely.
Sensational. Nice.
Plus 10x is great. Great in anyone's language.
So no matter what they say about us, the Three Stooges, Three Musketeers, 3 men without a baby, so to speak, we did do it, didn't we?
Grown up.
We put our heads together.
We've done it. We couldn't do it individually. The fandom was crap. We've all put our heads together and boom, $2,000 quaddie.
Now, I know you said the Phantom though, and he was up and about again. But I'll tell you something about the Phantom over the last 3 weeks. Since we've sacked him from the quaddie, we've gotten the quaddie, but he's actually put out 12 tips.
Yep.
He's won 5. He's had 5 winners, and I think he's had about three or four placings. So to be fair to Phantom, just to be fair to him, he hasn't gone too badly.
No, but we did have to send him back to Wednesday racing to find it.
Well,
he couldn't do it on Saturday.
No, of course we had to, but you know why we've done that? Because some people have to drop in class. Do you know what I mean? Like some of the
that's it.
So we've dropped him back in class, and he's found the right class. So
yeah, the Group 3 horse that can't win in Group 1, so they drop him back to benchmark 88 and brains him by a couple of lengths. Hey, there you go.
I don't know.
He's going all right though.
I don't know if
that's a nice return.
Class we're talking about with the Phantom, though, Marto. I think he's gone from a benchmark 88 to a benchmark 58.
Back to 58 with the maidens and +1s. Oh, stunning.
Now, Tone, before we get into our Kickstarters and all, I noticed that you're still in that closet or that room, but I suspect you may have picked up your little cough because you've been out and about. And the reason I say that you've been out and about is because your purse is no longer hanging up.
Oh, they've moved the purse. Yes, they have, haven't they? Yes, they've put that back somewhere else. And, it's pretty bare up there, isn't it? It's pretty bare up there.
It is. I thought you would have at least had a photo of Marto or something that you could just turn around and look at and say, there he is, Mr. Sexy. Just something to keep you excited about.
The GLR of Cairns.
Something.
Yeah, but I haven't got any pictures to put up there, but
I'll send you a couple, mate. I don't know if you can play them though.
yeah, mate, probably can't display them here, you know, like
Yeah, you did. Now you did tip us. Your Kickstarter did get up, even though it was $1.22. Was it $1.22? Is that what it paid?
no, but it was it got back right in, yeah. And there was a scratch or something in the race, didn't help.
No, it did, but it was a good win. It was a tough win. I think Marto, you talked about it in the
yeah, I did like it too. Like you said, Tony, you're unfortunate about the price after scratchings. They just sort of demolish those early prices, don't they? When they're the only good thing left in the race. But hey, look, you're on it. You tipped it. Well done, mate.
That's right.
That's
what making profit.
Wow, isn't it?
Don't go broke making profit. So with that, Tone, because you were the winner last week, give us another winner this week. So what are you going to kick us off with this weekend?
This weekend, what have I got? I have to check in my box of tricks here. I've gone to the Sunshine Coast.
Oh wow!
Staying north up in Marto country, gone a bit further up to the Sunshine Coast, and race 1 we get kicks off with number 2 Shows a Sign, 3 skins. I think it wins again. I don't have all the information on it here. But I think I think there's another one in it that's a little bit longer odds, but yeah, I'm sticking with Shows a Sign. I can't even tell you the jockey. Sorry, I don't have the information here.
That's okay.
Maybe,
that's all right, mate. Sometimes all you got to do is tip winners. That's all.
Drop
Too
a name.
much information. Sometimes less is more, and sometimes more is less, and sometimes we'll just talk shit. But today, less is more, so that's okay. And we do understand that you've had a deep throat. I mean, you've got a sore throat. Sorry. So Show Us a Sign is the way to go. Marto, where are you heading, mate?
Mate, I'm heading to a very wet Randwick. I'm hoping that there isn't too much rain that they cancel the meeting there again. They tell me it's not going to rain tomorrow, so I'm hoping that we will be racing Saturday. Race 1 at Randwick, Winning Proposal. Sat behind a good thing first up and ran second, and then popped up like a very good thing on the rise. Second up, Nash Royal Willa on then at Wyong. And Nash Royal is on again from the pole position. Will again be sitting right behind the speed. And pop him out late and send him home. This looks like a very good wet track horse.
What number is it?
Number 1. Race number 1.
And you know roughly what it is at the moment?
Yeah, it actually opened up at about $7, and then the other favourite in the race scratched today. So we've come into $2.60.
Oh, wow.
We've just taken the danger out the race, and everyone said, "Well, let's get on."
yeah, that's what it sounds like.
There's nothing wrong with that. Again, $2.60, mate. You can go out and buy yourself a nice dinner if you have it.
Yeah, good kickstart to your day.
Absolutely. I'm also sticking to Randwick.
Yep.
And I've got a bit of a common theme going around with my bets this weekend because they're all number 2s, and I'm going with race 2, number 2, Until Valhalla. And I reckon it's a big chance. Look, it's 1 on the heavy, so it's 1 from 1 on the heavy. Emma Della, I think, it ran 3rd last time it won, and it's gone out and franked the form since. Look, it won in a similar race. It won by 3 lengths. I think this is a benchmark 72, if I'm right, or 78.
Yeah, 72, you're right. Yep.
Yeah, and it won a benchmark 72 about a month ago. So I don't see it any harder. I think it finds conditions to suit, and I don't think there's a great deal of pace in the race, which means that I think it should position up well in the pole.
Yeah, Ashley Morgan's riding well too, isn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's
An honest.
So price has gone. I got on at 320 once we started looking. It's now into 270. So that could mean one of two things. I've moved markets, or I've just dug myself a bigger hole. But
Well, it's all money, mate. There's no scratchings in that field.
no, not yet. But $3 by 260 by 270. So what are we going to get? 3 by 3 roughly is 9 by 2. We'll get close to 20 to 1. So
Sweet as.
So there's nothing wrong with that. So Tone, your 500 at 20 to 1 gets you an
Oh,
okay.
too many
$1,100. Boom.
too many zeros.
11 grand straight in the bag.
Zeros. 500.
Sorry, you're right. So 500 yen I was supposed to say. Is that right?
Take off the 2 zeros and you've got my bet there, right there.
I am curious though, like being in Japan, when you do, like you've got a corporate account, is it in yen?
No. I've got
What currency?
my account's in the UK and I bet in New Zealand dollars.
Oh, Jesus.
So hang on.
How
you
fuck that? I can't bet in Aussie dollars. I can bet in yen, but well, I call it the Japanese peso because that's what it is. It's done. So it was, it's always been sort of close, haven't they? Like the New Zealand, the Aussie dollar. So it doesn't really affect me that much,
Nice. I didn't know. I'm always curious. Marta, what about you? You just bet in you bet in gold bullion, don't you?
We're betting Bitcoin these days, don't we?
That's it. There we go.
There's been a
Put
bit.
up one coin.
You don't mind following the crypto, do you?
I do kind of follow it a little bit. I have a little bit invested there, as most people do around the country right now, but I'm not heavily invested, no.
Yeah,
but I do follow the market.
It's something that interests me because if the Simpsons are right, and they always are,
yeah,
at some point it's going to go bang and go go backwards.
Again. You reckon it's going to blow out?
Well, if the Simpsons are right, because they always are, they tend to predict things that tend to happen years later. I mean, Trump's supposed to win again.
Yes.
Stuff that's been going on. I mean,
they've been right about so many other things. You're right. Yeah, maybe it will. Who knows? But I mean, in the end, it's a gamble, isn't it? It's the same as the stock market and forex exchange. It's a gamble. You take a chance on what's going to rise and fall.
No, absolutely.
Get in at the right time, out at the right times.
Well, I'll tell you one of their bigger tips, which is also current at the moment, and that is that they predicted in the Euros this year that it would be a Germany-Portugal final played in Germany. And I don't know. I think this goes back. I don't know how many years ago they predicted it before they in Germany. And the way it's going, it's still quite possible because Germany have got Spain.
Yep.
And Portugal have got France.
Mm.
And if they end up winning, they don't meet each other in the semi-finals, which therefore means that potentially it can be a Germany-Portugal final.
I do like Portugal in this World Cup, and I have for a little while.
Did you watch
as a smoky? Obviously, Germany's a red hot favourite, but yeah, I don't mind Portugal. Sorry, Taz, carry on, mate.
Have you watched any of the finals or anything? Have you watched any of the
only highlights? It's on too early in the morning for me.
Well, Portugal goalkeeper was incredible a couple of nights back. But that's the World Cup. Let's focus on the AFL before we get our fans. Now, Tone, I'm sorry to say it, but the poor old Tigers are down the bottom, so we're not going to look into their games too much. Marto?
No.
Yeah, you called it.
Well, that was you. That was you.
They were due. Look, Logan McDonald, the poor young fellow, he's paid to be up forward and kick goals. He's 45 metres out. He kicked 10 out of 10 of them at training. Put him on game day. The siren's gone. It's a kick to win the game or draw if he scores a point, and he decides to overkick it and try and put 65 metres on the ball.
Yeah.
Paul bastard had come off the outside of his boot and went nowhere. But, I mean, he'll learn from that. He's still young. He's still got plenty to learn. It was unfortunate, but well done to Freo for bringing it up to us. They took the game right up to us. Yeah, the midfield is electric.
Tone, any comments on that game yourself? Anything?
Well, I didn't see the game, but Sydney bad kicking, I think, cost them the game. But
I think it came
I
down to
didn't-
the Freo defence, to be honest. Pressure and defence.
that's what it was it? Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but Freo seem to be hot at the moment. Like, but they could be the smoky. I still think the top three it's Sydney, Carlton, Freo. The rest are rubbish, basically.
Well, look, it's not beyond the realms, mate. I mean, Freo have got a red hot midfield. They really do. I rate their midfield.
It is going to be interesting because if they finish fourth, they're going to play Sydney. Then I guess you'd say they're going to lose, but then they go back to Freo where
Yeah.
they final.
They
So
got the home final.
yeah, so it's going to be it's interesting times, that's for sure. Look,
Shaping.
Essendon Collingwood tomorrow night, Friday night will be a huge game, and I think this one will pretty much sort out the pretenders from the contenders.
It's a big test for both, isn't it?
Absolutely, and they've got to show something because, like, whilst Essendon's still up and about thereabouts, have they really beaten a big name
They
club?
haven't beaten anyone yet. I
No.
couldn't say they have.
And with Collingwood, we've seen a lot, but have we seen enough?
Yeah, I still think Collingwood are flaky myself.
Yep. So
Yeah. They're both like they've both got their faults. It's a game I wouldn't like to bet on, that's for sure. Like,
we've got the Giants and the Blues, who this time last year were just both making runs. That's going to be an interesting one because
Yes.
I think the Giants match up well with the Blues. I won't make a tip there or anything like that. Can the Saints roll the Swans, Mardo?
No. Expect a low scoring game again. It usually is against St Kilda. But no, I can't see them kicking enough points to beat the Swans.
And Tone, I'm going to give you the most insignificant match of the round, which does have some significance. And that is Port Adelaide, who are seventh at the moment, against Footscray, or the Western Bulldogs, who are ninth. Now, are these two making up the numbers, or is one going to stamp some authority and say, we're here for September?
I think they're just making up the numbers. I reckon the Dogs will win, but not by much. But I don't think either of them, are really going to cause much of a storm. Really,
Yeah, I don't know. Dogs have found a way to kick 100 points and win matches. But I think Port Adelaide have been performing a little below standard lately. I still think Port's a smoky for that top four myself.
Yeah, well, it's still early days because you still got there's still a lot of football to go down. And whilst Carlton are 6 points clear of third, and Sydney to that effect are 8 points clear on top. You would like to think that those two positions should be locked in, but it's early days, and locking in positions are like locking in numbers and winners, and that's what we're about to do right now.
Well,
yes.
I mean, it only comes down to a couple of injuries, really, doesn't it? You get a couple of key injuries, and you're back in with the rest of the field.
100%. Now, Mardo, last week, what happened with the meet and 2V?
Terrible. Oh, we ran fourth. The form didn't stack up, John. Well, it wasn't disgraceful, but it ran fourth.
Fourth is like getting a participation award, isn't
it? Fourth is like watching your best mate score the woman you wanted all through high school.
No,
you're almost there, but you're not quite. You just get to see it happen.
I never thought of it that way, but I can see your point. So tell us about this weekend. Where are you going? What do you take?
This weekend, okay, I'm going down to Flemington. I'm going to take it's forecast soft 5. I think we're going to have a good 4 at Flemington. I'm taking Rise at Dawn, who comes up against Craig again. This is round 3. Rise at Dawn won first up against Craig, and Craig got him the second time. Both times are over the 1600 on good tracks, but I cannot have Craig at odds on for a horse that has a habit of missing the start. I'm hoping for a little forward bias. I don't think we're going to see too much at Flemington, but if we do get a little bit, then that favours Rise at Dawn. Craig will be at the back. Hopefully he misses the start again, and we'll have too much ground to make up. Rise at Dawn gets there. Daniel Stackhouse back on. Let's go.
Price-wise, do you know what it is?
We're at $4.40 at the moment, coming from a $6 opening quote.
Yeah, that's good. It'll be
And Daniel Stackhouse is 3 from 5. So he's back on this week.
Yeah, well, I saw Craig, and I thought to myself, geez, that's pretty short, because I think the first few races at Flemington, there's some shorties, like
There is.
Berkeley Breeze is $1 something, and there's one,
I think Berkshire Breeze does deserve the short prize.
but
But
there's
that's
another
probably
one,
the only one.
isn't there?
All those shorties too have got the worst jockeys on them that I would definitely not back them. Favourite or not favourite. There's some shocking jockeys on them. Craig won't win. I'm with you there, mate. It'll get a way to get. It'll find a way to get beat. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, you'll miss the start again.
Well, there's your lay bet if you're interested in playing that way.
You don't like Craig, and you're going to get
how did
twos
you
for the
go
lay
last
bet.
weekend.
Me?
What'd you do, Tony?
Oh, airstrike, wasn't it?
That was, and did it bombs away or did it bomb?
It went down in flames. I think it was a terrible ride. I can't even remember where it ran. I don't know where it ran fourth. I got a feeling it ran fourth, but I'm not sure. It might have been way back. Terrible. Yeah, no good. Wouldn't back it
Well,
again.
you get a participation award as well. So
He's watching his best mate as well.
If there's a moral to the story, trust me, I'm working into it. You will soon see when it's my turn. What do you got for us this weekend?
This weekend, I keep backing this horse. I keep tipping this horse, and I'm going in again. Ramick race 9, number 14, Disneck. Get about $7 and $2.65 the place. I just can't leave this thing alone. This horse has got something in it. It always manages to get into trouble, or it's up there and it's just not quite there, if you know what I mean. So I'm going again.
Yeah.
So you're looking for the planets to align for Disneck to get the job done.
Yes, I am. Yes. Well, it's been having a crack in the country as well, and they brought it back to the city, so they must think it's a chance, you know.
Tell you what, Jay Ford, on tell you, you're running around with 50 kilos on. Very long weight.
One of my favourite jockeys. He's honest. He doesn't pull them up like a lot of those other insignificant individuals.
But
Tone, I'm going to go back.
You've picked a very hard race.
You have.
This is a bloody open race, mate.
But you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight at what point in this production did Tone say he's an honest jockey? Because if it doesn't do the right thing, Tone, I want to see how quickly you put him in the clipper, Tone. So I hope he is honest, and I hope he gets you the sugar. So I'm also
He's a pretty good jockey. I agree. I think Jay Ford's an honest jockey. He's going to make a good jockey as he progresses through his apprenticeship.
Yes, he's doing all right in the country, isn't he?
well,
Yes. Taz, what are you up to, mate?
I'm going back to Adelaide, back to the
Hometown.
And I am, and it's Gawler, and I'm going to race 4, number 2, which is called Hard Prince. Now, Hard Prince is about $3 or $4 at the moment. So Jakey Tyroke's on for Jolly, and I think it just gets the right race. I did look at this race, and this is actually the race where there's not a lot of pace. And I know that it's drawn the inside, and I just think that it could be a 2-horse tearaway situation. I hope that we don't get caught in a speed battle, and I hope we just hold the fence and hold firm, and coming around the straight, we sort of just push through and take over. That said, I don't know how Paul was going to play. At $4, I'm prepared to stick my neck out and have a crack. 1,500 metres. It's won a few races. I think it's got the right combination. I don't mind Jakey Toroke on a jolly horse. I know he mixes them up and stuff. But at about $4, it's the way I'm going. And it is another number 2.
Another number 2. There you go. I just want to make mention before we move on. We got the Winter Stakes at Randwick in race 8. Again, it will depend if we're still racing, but it's a very interesting entrant. Kieran Maher has Juniper, the 8-year-old gelding who hates dry tracks. So he sent him up to Sydney for the wet track. Now he has won at Randwick I think he was back as a 5-year-old over 1,400. He does prefer 16. But with Ashley Morgan on and just 53 kilos on his back, I think he's one of the best wet track horses in this field. Very, very interesting at a very nice price, $13, and you get $350 the place.
Yeah,
I just wanted to mention that before we move on.
I think if we're talking about horses that have gone from Melbourne to Sydney, now, Marto, I know you're a bit like the Cyprus Bank where it went broke. So you're out, you're done, you're dusted.
I am out. If I was still live, that would be my bet this week.
It would be, I'm sure it would, but that's all right because you've thrown it out there anyway, which is good because we always want you to throw stuff out.
I just think it's worth a mention.
Tone, I know you're still going, so you drew another 20 out.
I'm straight.
I did win. I have to say it. I'm not gloating. But,
Yes. Nice win. Nice win.
Matt Laurie, I should have made it in the bloody fister, but I was too gutless. But he did go up there with a wet tracker at 1,800 and didn't go up for a visit. Went to collect some chocolates that he did. But with the Kickstarters, poor old Chieftain's out. And one of our favourites, Tone, someone reached out to you. Am I right?
He did. Yes. Our old mate Brian, he's put his hand up this week. Asked could he. He's going to carry the flag for the Palmy this week.
Good on you, Brian. Good to see you back and around, mate.
I know.
Good he's back.
I know you passed on the information. Do you want to talk him up, or should I talk up his tip?
Oh, you better talk up his tip.
Well, he's gone to Sydney himself, and it's race 5, number 2 again. So there's a bit of a thing between him and me because I like it. I think number 2's a good day. He's gone age of sale. It's $4.80 when I just looked at it before we got on show, and $1.95, and he's gone 10 by 15. So the Palmy's down at 80, and he's investing 25. So potentially, I think he's been quite smart, young Brian, because if it doesn't win, it runs a place. He still turns in a profit. You see.
He does.
That's it.
He's been a bit sneaky.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's yet to touch a wet track, but it's a Frankel horse, so very, very likely. I don't mind this selection over 2,000 meters. Well found there, Brian.
Tone, where are you going with your bank builder?
Oh well, we're all in Sydney. I think I'm in race 4. Let me just have a look. Race 4, yeah. Yes. Right, yeah, Sydney race 4. Number 5, Syrian Star. It's about 17 skins and 4 skins the place. I'm going to have 5 for the win and 15 for the place.
Now, is it a highway race? Because if I'm right, probably about 18 months ago, you tipped this in a highway when Pezza was still with us, which was BC, not AC, which is still a sad day. Am I right? Have you gone to the well again, haven't you?
I have. You're right. Your homework is correct, Taz. This time of year, this horse comes right. He gets a little bit excited, and I think sad day. It's like Marto said, it's in one of the crappiest races out there. But there's the price. That's the price that I hang around. That 17 to 20 to 1. You know, that's my range.
How much you having on? How much you throwing out?
5 for the win and 15 for the place.
Yeah, it's a good. I mean, even if $5 a win gets you 85, so it puts you back up and running. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And
very, very good wet track form. Just the wide barrier scares me a little, but hey, if you're in the place, you're in the profit, aren't you?
Well, Marto.
Yes, Marto, I've forgotten who's on it. Who have I put my faith in?
One of your favourites.
Reece Jones, mate. Reece Jones.
Yeah, he's a scumbag. He used to play for Carlton years ago. Filthy player.
Right.
He makes the worst jockey though.
Great player. Marto, get your form guide out. Tell us about mine because I've gone into race 10, number 2, Secret Plan.
Also,
number 2.
Yes, another number 2. Everything I've done this weekend is 2-2-2.
Wow.
So yeah, I said there was a bit of a common theme. Yes, she is on. This is one on a heavy. It's got a 2 kilo claim. It drops in class. It does get back. And if it gets a clear run and they're running home, I reckon we're a good chance at a good price. And I've gone 10 by 30. That's 40.
Oh, big swinger.
Well, I do have 160, so no matter
Oh,
what happens, I still end up with 120. So I'm still getting a bank. So yeah, Marto, what do you reckon? You had a look at the race?
I have had a little look at the race. I didn't actually rate 2 in my top 3. I have it running 4th or 5th myself. It's an unusual horse though, because it's I Am Invincible, which don't usually like the wets, but this is 2 from 4 on a heavy track. So yeah, you know, and I do like Amy McLucas. She's a nice young up and coming apprentice. She does ride well. It's going to have every opportunity. Obviously, the 10, the pure alpha, is the one to beat. It's again got that Franz Joseph form, but yeah, look, you're on $30 a place at nearly $3. So let's go.
I can build a
Looks like
bank.
Might be a profit again. Yeah, bloody oath.
Well, what the plan is this week, because I didn't quite complete the earlier story. Marto's tip last week finished 4th. He got a participation award. Tone's tip finished 4th, got a participation award. And mine, Waterford, also finished 4th and got a participation award. So we did line up well. We sent everyone broke with those selections. We did get the quaddie, so we redeemed ourselves. And whilst we've got the numbers, we're putting them together. I just haven't collated the data yet, but we'll have those up in the bet thread. Looking to go 2 from 2, and this week's quaddie we're going to Melbourne, where Marto, you said we should get a good track, correct? So
I believe so.
Any
a good horse off 5. Yeah.
Any spoiler alerts or anything like that?
How do you mean spoiler?
I've got one.
Go on.
I got Pisces can't win. It's in again this week. They're just rolling the dice. I can't see it winning.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to take a little double because I'm going to stop talking in a minute. But there's a horse going around in Adelaide that's called Maricourt, and it's run every week, and it's run second. I think 4 seconds. I'm going to take it with Pisces, who steps up to 1,600, and I think it is due because Pisces been running week after week after week.
Yeah.
And Pisces about 350 or something.
Yeah, I saw it at about 320, I think. Yeah.
So I'm going to take a little double there, but that's me, and I'm done.
Yep.
Now, before we nicely wrap it up, share us some words of wisdom. Let's get into Marto's world with his zinger.
I used the zinger early. With
You
the
don't have
forklift.
another one?
I do, but it's a little bit blue. You mind?
Oh, I'm a Carlton supporter.
Well, a good woman is supposed to make your dick hard, not your life hard.
But what happened to your non-binary?
I didn't say I'm non-binary. You
I
put
know.
me in that basket. I jump straight back out.
Tony, what about you? Are you getting a new handbag? Going to get one put back up there, or a new dressing gown? What's happening? What words of wisdom before we wrap it up?
I'm going to look for a new pink and blue dressing gown type for the summer festivals. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
I think we've got about 2 minutes left. I've got to ask this question because you're in Japan, and Marta, you might know. Is it true that in Japan they do not believe in shared custody?
Shared custody.
Yeah,
That's something
kids that
talked about recently, but normally no. Yes, they don't believe in that.
Something I heard. I read something that really caught me eye. I thought, wow, I didn't know this happens. But
So they end up with one or the other.
Yeah, and there's a lot of child kidnapping. So a lot of parents that have their kids outside. So like you're an Aussie, let's say, Tone. If you left Japan, and you separated, potentially you could not end up seeing your daughter. I mean, your daughter's older now, so it's a little bit different. But there was a lot of people that were complaining about it. I don't know much about it, but it's something I guess we can find out. I don't know if you know anything. Does it happen?
It has happened here before over the years, quite a few times, I think. But they've brought all that up now in the courts, and they might be changing the rules on that joint custody
Yeah,
thing.
that's just got to be so sad for the kids. That's what you feel for in those situations.
100%. 100%. Now, we're not going to feel sad for our little kids, our little Palmy people and Palmy Army, because we are going to load them up. And if we don't load them up, then they're stupid because they believed us. And our show is called Put a Line Through It. So, gentlemen,
You covered each way. We're going to
I'm
fill up
about to
this
say
week, boys.
goodbye. Give us your best goodbye and let's sign off.
Yep.
Good luck to the Army. We are due. Let's go.
Yeah.
Good
Let's
luck, boys.
go.
Thank you
Pop it
very
up.
much.
Thanks, fellas. See you next week. All good. Slides will be up. Bet thread up
Pleasure.
once that day.